So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be carrying on with the Eminem tier lists. In the previous video we did every single one of Eminem's studio albums and we tiered them on classic, amazing, good, decent and trash. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to go through each one of his albums, obviously starting with the Slim Shady LP. I would do Infinite, but I don't think there's that much point in ranking it because there wasn't many songs on it. It was only about 8. So I'm just going to leave that for now. You guys let me know if you want to see that. If you didn't check out the first video of Eminem's albums, make sure you go check it out, link in the description. And we're literally going to jump straight into this. Now these songs I've noticed aren't in order, so I'm not going to try and go in order. We're just going to start from here and end here, which is a lot more simple. So first off we've got My Fault, which isn't a bad song, pretty good song about magic, mushrooms, and apparently a girl overdoses on them, and it gets quite sinister towards the end, to be honest. I'd class it as a good song. I wouldn't say it's amazing or a classic. It's decent. It's not one where people think, oh yeah, I listen to Eminem and I really like My Fault. It's not huge, but it's definitely it's a bit of a tune, to be honest. It's a pretty good song. It's definitely one that I listen to, but I listen to pretty much every Eminem song, so that doesn't really count. But yeah, My Fault, it's a good song. It's definitely good. Brain Damage. Now, a lot of people do know Brain Damage, especially if you're an OG Eminem fan. But Brain Damage, for me, is still only a good song. I think it's the third song on the album? Yeah, I think it's the third song on the album, and it's okay. I mean, to be fair, I'm not even quite sure what it's about, but if you've listened to it, you'll know what I mean. There's a lot of lines in it that don't actually quite make that much sense. Obviously, it's about brain damage. I know it's about his bully. I know he got bullied and he got beaten up by a teacher. He starts talking a lot of shit, but it's not a bad song. It's a good song. Just saying, by the way, when I'm doing these aren't my opinion. So in the last video, a couple of people weren't very happy that I put some albums higher than the others, but it's just what I think. If you think otherwise, awesome. I'm with it, and tell me why. Tell me why I'm wrong. Now we've got Role Model. Now for me, Role Model is an amazing song. Maybe not quite a classic because it's not his best, and I'm going off like his best and most well-known at the same time. But for me, Role Model's an amazing song. It's kind of funny, and it was kind of a diss track towards Cannabis, which makes it all the better because Cannabis is shit. But Role Model, definitely a good and more of a funny, quirky side of Eminem. I really like it. It's definitely the Slim Shady in him coming out, and it's an amazing song. I really do like it. We've got 97 Bonnie and Clyde, I'm assuming what this is. It doesn't actually say on, but I can't think of what the other ones are, and it's a picture of him and his daughter. The 97 Bonnie and Clyde is very, very sinister. The way he manages to, like, interpret things not innuendo, what am I talking? I'm just talking shit now. But he interprets things, so, like, when he says to Haley, he says, that red mark on your mama's shirt, it's just ketchup when it's actually blood. He's talking in, like, baby language in a way, but he's actually talking about murdering his wife, which is kind of fucked up, but it's a good song. Like, it's clever. It's very clever the way he's managed to do it. So I'd say, fair play, definitely a good song. Next we've got My Name Is, which obviously, whether you like it or not, it has to be a classic. It's one of his most well-known. His first was it a number one? I don't think it was number one, but it was definitely his first single, and what a way to open up an album. It went huge. I mean, everyone knows this song. Hi, my name is. I mean, I read a thing where apparently he literally wrote the chorus in about like 6 seconds. He met Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre had the beat ready, and he just started rapping like it was nothing. It's like, it was weird. Apparently, he just kind of started going on and saying random stuff, and it kind of created My Name Is, which is awesome. We got Bad Meets Evil. Now, obviously, this isn't Bad Meets Evil, the album. This is the song where it all comes from. And now, Bad Meets Evil, it's a good song. To be fair, I don't think I'm going to be putting any in decent and trash. I really like this album. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, it's definitely a good song. It's where him and Royce da 5'9" properly started. I mean, if it wasn't for this song, we wouldn't have had the sequel, Bad Meets Evil, the album, which is obviously quite a big album, and it was really good, like the likes of The Reunion and Fastlane Later, which is an absolute classic. But the song itself, it's good. It's good. Now we got Rock Bottom. Now for me, classic. Rock Bottom's one of my favourite. I'd actually put it above My Name Is if it was like, if we weren't going on popularity as well. But for me, Rock Bottom is one of his best songs. It's quite hard hitting. It gets away from that Slim Shady vibe, and it's more like serious, and it's on about, being at your lowest point and getting out of it, and you know, I've been there too. It's a good song. I really like it. I think it's a classic. If I had, now this was actually on the Slim Shady EP, and it was brought over to the LP when Dr. Dre got hold of him. But if I had, for me, again, it's quite deep. I'd put it in amazing. Now I know this is where people are going to start being like, oh, dislike that. How could you do that? How could you put If I Had above Natural Born Inclined, Bad Meets Evil? It's my opinion. I think it's cool. I like the song. I really like old school Eminem, and the EP is actually a really good album. Not just the LP. I mean, 97 Bonnie and Clyde was on it, but it was called Just the Two of Us, and it was a little bit different. Whereas If I Had was exactly the same, much like Just Don't Give a Fuck, which for me, this is going to annoy some people. I'll put it in decent. Now, the wordplay that he's got in it, like, you won't sell 2 copies if you press a double album. It's a good line, and he actually used that in a rap battle before, so it was a recycled line, but it was his line to begin with, so it's not the end of the world. It's the beat. It's just annoying. It reminds me of one of them toys that kids get where they flip it upside down and stuff, and it's just like, it's horrible. I hate it. But the song itself isn't that bad. None of these are trash, by the way. All of these are pretty good. But the beat's just a little bit annoying for me. I can see why people like it, though. So next we've got Come On Everybody. It's a good song. It's not amazing, it's not classic, and it's definitely not bad. It's a bit of an average song, isn't it? It's fun. Like, I think that was the whole point of this album. It was just to be fun. But it wasn't that bad. There's not really much more to say. I mean, it's Come On Everybody, Get Down Tonight. It's pretty obvious what that's about. Then we've got Guilty Conscience, which for me, classic. I think it's amazing. I think it's a really good song. Well, if I thought it was amazing, it'd go there, but it's a classic. It is unbelievable. It's very, very clever how he's managing to, like, argue with Dr. Dre over situations. Obviously, he plays bad. Dr. Dre plays good until the end, where Dr. Dre then turns bad again after Eminem reminds him about his past, and I think it's a really good song. I really do. We've got I'm Shady. I'm probably going to put that in good again. It's a decent song. There's some funny lines in it, like, I like happy things, glee and cheerful, like when my teacher sucked my wee-wee in preschool, something like that. Something really weird. Something really, really strange and fucked up, but it's funny. And obviously, I like the funny stuff. I really like this song. It's obviously very straight to the album, you know, I'm Shady, Slim Shady LP. It's a good song. As the World Turns, it's an amazing song. Really good song. Again, I think, what's this on? I think this might have been on the EP. I'm not too sure, but it's a really good song. It's funny, but then it's got like the serious vibe to it as well. The last verse is amazing. I grabbed my pocket knife and sliced off a right nipple. Just try to buy me some time, and I remembered some magic trick. Dun 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 dun. Go go gadget dick. That's an amazing line. I don't care what anyone says. It's amazing. If you haven't heard any of these songs, by the way, go check them out. They're all good. I've only put this in decent because of the beat. The actual song itself is quite good, but they're all good songs. But yeah, As a World Turn, pretty funny song. So next up, we've got Still Don't Give a Fuck, which for me is the best song on the album. Can I put it in there? Can you move? The wordplay in this song is phenomenal. The beat, the flow, everything. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. Like, each verse, he starts up with an amazing line. Like in the second verse, he starts up with, I walked into a gunfight with a knife to kill you, cut you so fast when your blood spilled, it was still blue. Yeah, that's just a ridiculous line. And then the second time, I can't rap anymore, just murdered the alphabet. Ridiculous. His wordplay was amazing. And that is why I put that in the classic right at the top. So yeah, that's my list. Trash. Unneeded. You're just not needed. Get up. Get away. But yeah, that's my list. If you agree, let me know. If you don't, let me know why. You don't have to be angry at me. If you don't like the video, dislike it, cool, fine. Just don't have to be angry at me if you don't agree with it. That's perfectly fine. Like I said, if you haven't checked out the first video, make sure you go check it out. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube shit. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.